Hi folks, it's Sunday. It's about 8:15 p.m. and it's the 2nd of November 2025. In 8 days' time, I'm doing a microcosms event. Mini shifts happen along with Rick Levine and Alex Trenauer. We're doing it in a central London hotel next to in Carnaby Street. We're doing it in an old magistrates court that's been converted into a hotel, and the magistrates court was where people like John Lennon and Christine Keeler and Mick Jagger and Johnny Rotten all got prosecuted. So it's a bit of history there. I'm announcing that all the prices for physical attendance, we've sold out over half the tickets now. There's still about 35 tickets there for people who want to come in person, and we're going to hold the prices for that at £35 or £28 if you're one of my students or a member. But by now you would have been given the discount code. Also, I'm now able to say, without certainty, but 95%, we're going to be streaming it. And you'll be able to find all the details of the streaming in the link in the box underneath the title of this video. The tickets for streaming will be more expensive than attending in person because we've got to be fair to the people who are making the effort to come into central London. So the streaming tickets are going to be £50 for 4 hours or £40 if you're a member or a student of mine. But I'm going to be changing my subject, I think. I haven't quite decided yet. I was going to be talking about the Mercury-Mars conjunctions because, we had a Mercury-Mars conjunction in Scorpio about a week ago. And then in the next few days, we've got another Mercury-Mars conjunction in Sagittarius. And a few weeks' time, 6 to 7 weeks' time, there's going to be a Mercury-Mars conjunction in Capricorn. And then I think it's March, there's a Mercury-Mars conjunction in Pisces. And then there's a Mercury-Mars conjunction in Aries. And that's a big one. But I thought, well, wait a minute. When I see that Rick's doing something on what is real and, the illusion of AI, AR, ASI, ET, along with what's going on with Neptune, it's very much about the nature of reality. And Alex is doing something on Frankenstein and Shelley, Mary Shelley. So I thought maybe Mercury-Mars is a little bit too hardcore astrology for this. So I think I'm going to do something on sacred geometry in the solar system. Now, I did a video just now and published it for members only on the Earth-Moon system, and it's a famous one, the Earth-Moon system. The Moon is 3 units wide, the Earth is 11 units wide, and if you put the Moon on top of the Sun and draw a circle through the Moon, but you put the Earth in a square, then the circumference of the circle is the same length precisely as the 4 sides of the square. It's how to square the circle using the Sun and the Moon. And it's accurate to about 1 in 18,000. Well, it's accurate to about 1/8 of 1 mile, which is pretty impressive. But there's loads more. So I'm going to be demonstrating some of this, I think, at the Shifts Happen one. I'm particularly going to be, when you see what's happening in the sky, like now, for example. Okay, now, we've got a Mercury-Mars conjunction, but it's applying in sextile to Pluto. It's trining Neptune. It's opposing Uranus. So there's big patterns there. There's also the pattern of Venus at the moment is exactly opposite Chiron, and they're both square Jupiter. There's a T-square there. Now, these are common astrological aspects. And from an Earth-based perspective, it's like Venus opposite Chiron. If we could see Chiron, which we can't, we'd be able to see Chiron on one horizon as Venus is on the other horizon. It's an opposition. But that's from a geometric or geocentric, Earth-based perspective. When you step off planet, the geometry of the solar system is far more fascinating than I previously imagined. For example, let me just give you a couple of examples. If you draw a circle, and on the north, east, where south and west points to that circle, you draw 4 more circles centered on those 4 points, and those 4 more circles will just touch each other, just. Then that means that in the inside there's going to be a shape like that. An inverted diamond, if you like. And if you put a small circle in that diamond, that small circle on the inside of that diamond will be equivalent to the orbit of Mars. The first circle you drew is the orbit of Jupiter. This is accurate to about 99.98%. And when you consider that Jupiter's 500 million miles away, and Mars is only about a few million miles away, to be accurate to that degree of percentage is phenomenal. But here's an even better one. We know that Uranus takes 84 years to go around, just a fraction under 84 years to go around the Sun. We also know that Neptune takes 164 years to go around the Sun. Almost, but not quite, twice as long as Uranus. So, if you draw a circle and say that circle is the orbit of Uranus, and then you put a square around that circle, and then you put a circle around that square, you've got the orbit of Neptune. And that's accurate to about 1%. Now, it's possible to draw patterns involving a number of different types of geometry, linking all the planets in the solar system with the others. And what I intend to try and show is the quality of perfection here is all 98, 99% or more accurate. None of it is 100 because you cannot ape the divine. If these patterns are as accurate as I believe they are, all more than say 99%, 99.2, 99.8, 99.99, then the potential for this to be random is 0. If there was one example of perfection, near perfection, you might say it's random. But to find 30 or 40 or 60 of these examples in the solar system, in the relationship between the planets, implies that the position of the planets in terms of their distance from the Sun and their orbital speeds is not random. That there is intelligent design in the solar system. I think I'm going to call this talk From the Ammonite to the Galaxy. Because whether it's an amoeba, an ammonite, a sunflower or a galaxy, the same Fibonacci curve, the same spiral is everywhere. It's one of the building blocks of life. And it is these patterns that exist outside of our planet in the orbital patterns that the planets make with each other. Now, to say that this shows intelligent design implies some type of creative force. Now, I don't do God. I don't do angels. A number of my friends do. And I certainly don't do aliens or ETs. So it's a quandary. It's a mystery, and we've got so few mysteries left in the world at the moment. So this is what I think I'm going to be doing at Microcosms, talking about and giving examples of the sacred geometry in the solar system. And as I say, it's not just going to be for the people who are in the audience. You will be able to attend by streaming as well, and all the details are in the link in the box next to this video. Along with the gig we're doing at Amadown, I'm doing at Amadown with Penny Thornton in early April of next year, to which you're all cordially invited. There are a few tickets left. So yeah, what we're doing with this, myself, Rick and Alex, we're all kind of part of the Groucho Marx School of Astrology. We wouldn't belong to any group that would have us as members. And we're not a team, we're 3 rugged individuals. But we've all got a desire to get astrology out into the world, outside of the societies and the collectives and the lodges and the faculties and the different groupings of astrologers. Rather than get people into those sacred halls, we're taking it out onto the streets. As our predecessors did back in the 15 and 1600s, John Dee, William Lilly, Nicholas Culpeper. They took astrology onto the street, where it should be. And we're bringing it into the consciousness of everyday people like you. That's the intention. So, hopefully, see some of you at the gig next Monday night in person, where we'll be pressing the flesh, having a few drinks. And for the rest of you, I'll see you online with the stream. That's selling fast. Catch you soon, world. Hope you can make it. And if not, I'm going to be doing lots more videos on the sacred geometry of a solar system over the coming weeks. Take care now. Bye.